Hey guys. Yeah, so I totally forgot, or not totally, but I kinda skipped over one thing at the um, Brotherhood place there. There were those summoned up there. You could actually see them. I mean, there were zombies, but there were also humans there, I think, that have had their eyes gouged out, I think. And you could feed on them. They were like, they, they couldn't escape. That would have been an option to refill my blood a level. But there's a rat here. That's good also. But only one, sadly. So let's enter this. Of all vampires, Cain is more Methuselah. So this is Alistair Grout's place. Grout, being a Malkavian, kinda seems to like insanity at his home. And the mad laugh continues. By the way, Rotschreck is, there's an umlaut there, and it really doesn't belong there. It's a little bit weird. It will come up later in this level here too. What the World of Darkness does with German and I guess other foreign names. They just make it so it looks German, but it really isn't, or it kinda is. Like, Rot that is an actual word, but there's really not a hint of an umlaut there. It would actually be pronounced totally different with an umlaut, and wouldn't make any sense. That word with an umlaut doesn't exist, so it would be röt instead of rot, Rotschreck. So yeah, it's kind of like Motorhead, that band, you know. The umlauts they are just for fun, I guess. They're not really pronounced, just to show that, just to make it look German, I guess. But anyway, we will talk about that soon. Jesus, I messed up. It's interesting how they look, right? They have those Hannibal Lecter masks. So that they cannot bite anyone, like the mental patients have. I cannot lockpick that door. I wonder if I can even lockpick. Huh, that's cute how it transforms. If I can even lockpick in this form. Probably. We'll see. So this is a riddle, as you will see soon. The lights go on and off, and that guy keeps turning that lever. And I must admit, I haven't understood it completely until today. But you can kind of work around it.
Another unfortunate casualty to tide of time, insane asylums. I lament their loss not only as brokerage houses for the breadth and depth of human psychoses, but also I shall mourn the disappearance of that peculiar environment present only in an insane asylum. That palpable atmosphere of blistered brains and churning bowels, the odoriferous melange of freely flowing bodily humours, that gently rolling cacophony of distant sobs and screams, the muttered cursing at perceived enemies, and the blissful gurgling of the lobotomized.
Lobotomized, like that's old school.
Babe discovering the sky. I shall still find test subjects as surely as I find bloody sustenance in the night, but this climate, I fear, may never be replicated.
He misses that. So it's kind of half scientific, half poetic, uh, emotional. Misses the atmosphere on an emotional level. That's odd. But I find the personality. So this was Grout, obviously, on the tape recorder here that we were hearing. I find his personality very interesting. And you can also see by the design of the tape recorder, this doesn't look like a modern device, right? This looks kinda old. And also lobotomy, I think, went out of fashion like a long time ago, where you thought you could cure depression by like basically injuring the brain by driving like a steel stick or something, piece of iron through the skull and hammer on it and injure certain parts of the brain. And I think like a certain percentage of those later actually, some did die and some committed suicide, and it had all very different side effects. Most of them were very nasty, but some may have been also have a positive, in quotation marks, side effect. I don't know, but nowadays it's not used anymore. So this Grout is like an old school psychology professor or something like that. I like the name of that book. Scarlett Torkelson, circus performer. But we cannot read it, right? Right. We don't. Even research skill 2 is too high for us. So let's look at the symbols. Not that it matters. This is a brain, this is an hourglass, and this is an eye. So perception at once shapes the mind and rules over time. Time, however, erodes human perception and then in turn warps the mind. The mind is capricious, having various effects on perception, time, and the mind itself. With harmony, progress is made. Yeah, I gotta admit, like I said, I'm probably too dumb for this riddle anyway. So let's try it. I don't know. Perception shapes the mind and rules over time. So this would be the first one. Time, however, erodes human perception and then in turn warps the mind. I don't know. The mind is capricious, having various effect, perception, time, and the mind itself. So many progress is made. But anyway, we don't need to think that much about it because there aren't that many options. Like 1, 2, 3, and it is open. Maybe that is what this letter was trying to say. I'm not sure. Perception first, time second, and mind third, I guess. So there's a ladder up there, but we cannot go up there. Yet. So let's see what else is here.
It is quite peculiar, the happenings I've been made to witness for my supernatural longevity. I am thinking of one unfortunate phenomenon in particular, of unique interest to my station, both as a professional and as a sufferer of this vampiric condition. It seems the stream of time has begun to erode the moorings of my chosen course of study, for the methodologies that gave birth to psychology are slowly disappearing. I find myself in an era that overlooks the physical component of psychological pathology time and again in favor of the sophistic practices of Freud. Phrenology, dactopintilism, and the rest of the old guard has fallen by the wayside, its champions all silenced in death, with my unique exception. Would that I could make my voice heard again, although it may be suspicious should I return to popular medical discourse 50 years after my apparent death.
50 years.
No, better that I continue my studies into the psychoses in secret. One day, may I hold up my own cure as validation of the methods. I am confident no cure for my condition or that of my beloved wife lies within our figurative minds, waiting to
He's
be
not that
unlocked by
old for a
the
vampire.
correct combination of memories recovered from our childhoods. And I'm most certain it has nothing to do with the relationship between myself, my parents, and my genitals. Sorry, Sigmund, but I choose to stay my course. In time, too, may your star fade and disappear.
So he's lamenting the change in psychology. And he's still... Look at the hair at the bottom, where it starts to grow. It's white. And yeah, that's quite an impressive painting, if you ask me. And also those nasty red demon figures here, and the stars on the other side. Red, wild, flowing hair. It's really impressive. Someone's lying on a couch here, sorta. Yeah, a dead guy. Look at this dude. All messed up. No, no one's here. Those guys are actually humans, not vampires. You can drain them. Shut up. Even though this one has claws. They die quite easily. And you can also sneak up on them quite well. Let's try this. No, that doesn't work. Yes, this time. Damn, that sounds nasty. There seems to be some air in the artery there. So, if you're bored, and even if you're not bored, you could spend a little time in this room trying to figure this riddle out. A stair which leads right into the roof. But we kinda did see that those candles can be switches. Or levers. So, that's a secret entrance right here. Which is kind of cool if you think about it. I mean, would you like a stair in your house that leads nowhere, like a door that leads to a wall? If I had a bigger house, maybe I'd do that just for fun, or some MC Escher style. Oh Jesus! I thought you were stationary. not working. Maybe if you soften, if I soften you up a little bit. Oh, he does aggravated damage. That's no fun. Come here. It works quite well. I'm still content with the amount of how often it works.
Often I reflect with great regret on the missed opportunity that was my infector. Had I been conscious after the attack, I could have stopped the orderlies from locking her in the roaming pen. What I would give for just one interview, a few simple questions of the plague-ridden woman who met her end at dawn. Of course, there is no guarantee she would have been any more helpful than my current crop of test subjects, mewling wretches.
A lot of diplomas.
Given the nature of the tests, I cannot expect the same fervor from all, but a modicum of cooperation would be appreciated. Animals. The one called John went so far as to gnaw off his arm and escape into the floorboards like some feral rodent. I still hear him scurrying about at night. He must be making an atrocious mess.
So he doesn't really care about the condition of his test subjects. He is a little cruel, lost some humanity right there. I mean, if you think about it, Sabbat Malkavians are probably the worst. And by the way, a lot of Malkavians, they are not a lot, but some of them, they can't even function properly after they have been sired, after they have been bitten and made into a vampire. They're like totally a complete mess. They can't be used for anything, and the sire usually kills them then, because they're like completely catatonic and don't move at all, or so out of their mind that they hysteric or whatever, so they can't even function in society, even in the vampiric society. Are you alive? Guess not. Yeah, he obviously is married. And he seems to have some problems
proceed at
with
a
his
late
wife.
pace. I'm mired in a foul ennui as my wife's illness advances. My subjects grow restless without proper supervision, but I cannot pull myself back from this black depression. How many nights I've wasted now, gazing from the tower walk, pondering the frailty of existence.
Well, maybe you should ponder a little more on what you're doing to those guys in your home. This is a nice view of the city, right? Oops, man, the mouse, it's going wild as well. I don't know, I almost got the impression that my PC is working against me lately. So we're full, that's cool. We can just, I'm not listening to you, alright. We can just kill those guys. I really like this level, by the way. Not all of it, some is a bit tedious, but some parts are designed quite well and interesting. Even though she's still laughing when she's dead and disappeared. Those guys especially are annoying. Those with the claws and the aggravated. Jesus Christ, why did you turn around now? Aggravated damage. Come on, move it. I mean, I could use animalism on him and then, you know, just kill all the other guys. Or maybe even feed on the last one. And let's hope we get all the blood back. Yeah, seems to be working. The good thing is you can also you can just suck them dry, and that solves that problem. There are a lot of doors here. Those two doors lead back to the stair, which goes up there. This one leads to another room. And this one is locked and we cannot enter. So let's take this one. This is an example now for what I like about this level. Look at this. I mean, I've always kind of liked the McCaven clan, I guess. I like the idea behind it. Those two twins here in the mirror, right? They look interesting. You don't see me in the mirror, because I'm a vampire, you might argue. But one did vanish. I killed one, and she's still visible in the mirror. That goes for the second one as well, as you will see. Yeah, they're still alive in the mirror. Usually it is you can't see yourself in the mirror. Only the La Sombra clan of which are usually Sabbat, they have some form of inner darkness, and they have the clan weakness or curse that they cannot be seen by anybody in the mirror, and they also don't see themselves in the mirror.
After decades of solitary study into this affliction, I have learned that it is by no means mine alone. Indeed, the city is home to an entire society of similarly afflicted individuals with whom I've only recently made contact. They are an understandably standoffish sort, by and large, but I have been able to confirm with them that the condition is indeed vampirism, which apparently comes in a multitude of strains, each with a spectacular set of symptoms such as invisibility and even a sort of lycanthropy. Through numerous official interactions with the governing body of this secret society, I have concluded that their fundamental understanding of the vampiric condition is woefully lacking and mired in suspicion and pseudo-religious dogma that would make a Turk for its strictures. Indeed, they seemed impressed with my studies and the eloquence with which I was able to present them. Apparently, the typical sufferer of my particular strain of vampirism is far from the vanguard of the King's English. So impressed were they that they even offered me an office in their government, a rather high office by the sound of things. I believe I shall accept. If nothing else, it should provide a lofty vantage point from which to observe the breadth and epidemiology of the affliction, so that I may move more expeditiously toward a cure.
So that's interesting. He just recently joined the Camarilla Society, and he's so old or powerful, considered so powerful by the prince, whoever that was at that time, LaCroix maybe, that he immediately became primogen. Quite interesting. So we're upstairs now. This is the door we could not open before, and that is the ladder. Right. Let's see what we've got here. In the same room there's another riddle. This seems to be the riddle room, and this one is a little more complicated, so there might be a little more trial and error involved here.
I have accepted the role of Primogen for Clan Malkavian, the dreadfully winsome label applied to the particular strain of vampirism I suffer, so named for some supposed vampire father figure of old, more poppycock grown from a backward culture that seems interminably drawn to children's tales and the fiction of Victorian romance, when it should concern itself with the science behind their suffering. No matter, for I have taken
A
this
true
office for no
scientist.
greater reason than to advance my research. I must make mention, however, that even among my would-be peers in this governing body of vampires, the level of paranoia and superstition is frightening. Their intelligence is not the question, no, indeed. As they courted me for this appointment, I had to suspect that their overtures were hand-tailored to what must be my obvious infatuation with reason.
Yeah.
A devil would do well to have such honey.
That's interesting and quite ironic
So,
that the
I could not help
Malkavian
but
is
notice
a
the
reasonable
dressing of
one.
language these vampire leaders chose for their siren song. Whether it is born of habit, from addressing their unwashed, ill-educated subjects, or from their own deep-seated beliefs, their linguistic flourishes belie a faith in superstition over the providence of empirical reason that must be an all-pervasive theme in this society of darkest night. Damn it all, now I'm doing it too.
Okay, so this is the next riddle. Chaos, like the mind, can be understood only through the scientific progress. Order, however, is only as good as the perception thereof. Time is the key that links the two and bears witness their ebb and flow. Alright, so what do we have here? Chaos, key, and order. Yeah, again, I have to admit I don't understand a word of that, but I guess that's kind of expected, so the Malkavian did a good job here, at least for me. I'm too dumb for this. Chaos, let's try anyway. We will figure it out eventually, somehow. Chaos, like the mind, can be only understood. Order, chaos, order, time. Chaos, order, time. Chaos, order, time is the key that... Yeah, that would be too easy, right? Chaos, like the mind. Maybe chaos mind is the... Are those down below even involved? I guess so, if they open the ladder down there. Chaos, like the mind. Let's try. Chaos and mind. Chaos. Oh, mind. Was it here? Yes, the brain. Chaos, mind. Chaos is like the mind. Does that mean they come in the first place because they stand in the first sentence? I don't know. Order and perception. Order. And perception. And I'm also wondering if there's a time limit. Order and perception. Time is the key. Time and key. So this is how I would do it, but that's obviously not correct. There is also a saying, like, you see, the light moves on, right? So I guess I should somehow involve that. Maybe it's only about turning all the lights on. Now the question is, do those down here influence those upstairs? Do they? Only the right one is on now? And do they all have to be lit? They don't influence each other, right? So I'm not even going... Oh, right. After the ladder there. So this is weird. See? Now this is what happens all the time. I don't understand it, but I still solve it somehow. The secret door open. Yeah. They're all lit. They weren't before, so only this one was lit, I think. So, well, I don't know. There was a door there, right? Oh, was it down below? Yeah. Let's save. I don't want to do that again. I should, though. I really should look it up. It's kind of bugging me. So this is some electricity thing going on here, and then there's a dead guy, which kind of hints that this will be deadly for us as well. That turned off one beam, so we can move through here now. And another one. It's kind of odd to have such a thing in your home, right? What's this, by the way? Terrell Fang. Friendly check modifier +1. Yeah, we need that as a gangrel. This heavy fang could only have belonged to a ferocious predatory beast. You feel at ease knowing there's one less of those in the world. Decreases your chance to friendly. That's some sort of logic, I guess. Cool. Yeah, imagine you had that thing in your building on all the time. I mean, even if it was to scare away like burglars or whatever. Jesus, stuck again. That's quite a nasty construction. We could have gone there through before. Need to do that one. But hang on, is there something else here that we missed? No, I guess that was all. And one final lever. This sorry, this whole building is a little maze-like, right? No, not that one, that one. Yeah. I kinda wonder what I will level up next? That's a good question, actually. Huh. I probably will go for more appearance. Make yourself beautiful, right? A pretty beast. The pretty beast we are. Oh, this leads us back there. But there was a door that opened that we need to find now. It wasn't here. Was it here? Must be this door, right? Yeah. It's another level. This is a not completely different, but somewhat different. And you can also see why I like this level. I mean, maybe you don't, but that I kind of like this level because it has well, different stages and different things you can do, and it's very big, obviously. And I also like all those records and recordings and all those hints that are placed everywhere.
As I expand my dealings with the vampire government, I have encountered a disturbing new symptom of this affliction. Frequently, in conversation, I will hear voices emanating from other vampires, voices that are not their own, but which seem to have insight into their lives beyond what I could gather from simple conversation. These voices seem to echo from deep within my fellow vampires, and I cannot be certain if this symptom belongs to my strain of the illicit. The voices are various and inconsistent. I dare not mention this symptom to my vampire peers, for they have proven themselves true predators to whom I could be loath to reveal any sign of weakness. Indeed, these voices have counseled me against confessing their presence, and until I can confirm their source, I will listen. The information the voices have given me ranges from curious to frightening. The latter case is especially true of one powerful vampire whose name I shall not commit to recording in the interests of self-preservation.
That would probably be the prince. I like how protein, the war form, just cuts through them like butter. In the pen paper, it's just that you have, you can transform into a mist, but it's like very slow moving, like walking pace. You're almost like a werewolf in this game here. What's this? Morphine. But if you transform into a wolf as a gangrel, your claws actually do aggravated damage, so it's kind of like that. They did their own thing here, I guess. The blood. Elder Vitae. That's great. That will give us more blood back if we use it. Way more than the normal blood bags too. This is basically an insane asylum now, yeah. I always like, kinda like Grout, I always like the atmosphere of, not that I wanna go there myself, but watching it, you know, in movies and games. I like the atmosphere of insane asylums. We cannot go behind her. And I think we have to power through this. This is not going to work. Others are all dead, so let's suck it away. Looks frightening, right? That giant bat. And a little silly as well. I don't know. The eyes are a little bit weird somehow. So the weird thing is now when I use a PC and I see I can hack something with difficulty 3, I have to transform into a bat to hack the PC. This symbol is interesting too, right? It almost looks like some weird Cthulhu. I don't know. Maybe it's just my imagination. Maybe it isn't. Yeah, we want a buff. Oh, hang on. Is this locked as well? Nope. Alright. Some weapons that we won't use ever. Okay. Why not? It's money. As is this morphine bottle. If I hate one thing about this game, it's the doors. Damn you. Oh, they're quite alert. They notice you from far away. Man, I'll go fuck you. Fuck yourself! I can just knock you out with my bare hands. I don't even need potence for that. Dead bodies. Oh, she's alive as well. I cannot step over her. Oh, is she? Weird. These are basically prison cells. They don't even have a padding, or they're not, you know, when insane people like to jump up against the wall, they don't have that anymore. Though this is also pretty old school version of treating people with a mental disability, I guess. Rats. Oh, I was full anyway. So a little more climbing action here. They have that swing, which is quite annoying. They can close the distance very quickly.
The voices have increased in frequency and direction of late. They have begun to stay with me long after conversation has ceased and are serving as quite a distraction. I fear others are beginning to notice my preoccupation at the vampire gatherings. I am thinking again of the particular vampire of whom I spoke previously, who I dare not name for my growing fear. If the voices are to be believed, then my caution is warranted, for they speak of his blackest crimes, both past and future. More than once I have seen the suspicion in his eyes and heard the distrust in his voice when speaking with me. The fear must register on my face, as it is all I can do in these moments to keep from crying out in chorus with the voices.
That's great. So this is part of the Malkavian madness, that they have deeper insight and know things that other people don't know. So he knows some black secrets about LaCroix, probably. And he's not even... He's so frightened that he's not even brave enough to call him by his name on these tapes here. By the way, how many tape recorders does he have scattered around the house? That's really odd. Like in every room there's one.
I am no longer safe. I know it. The voices have proven themselves authentic, and I have withdrawn from the Vampire Society entirely. My absence,
so that was his reasoning.
But I could no longer hold my fragile composure around the ravenous eyes of my vampire peers, especially not around him. The voices compelled me to make what I fear is a Faustian bargain, but I had to, for their demands are constant and merciless. I have secluded myself within the mansion. I know he will strike out at me. He will go to any length to achieve his ambitions, and he knows it, I know. I have taken precautions to protect my beloved wife. Her cure will have to wait until our immediate safety is guaranteed. The mansion was constructed with security in mind, but at that time I was not privy to the full range of vampire capabilities. The voices echo in the twisted corridors of my psyche, dark whisperings of a macabre and formless menace, the approach of which portends an end to all of this.
So he feels threatened by the prince. And that would be his wife, huh? That's an odd pose. And how is she stored in there? Is that a liquid? Or she looks paralyzed. Is she a vampire? Is she human? Is she dead? What's going on here? Those are all items that were precious to her, or to him probably. A photo of them both, probably. An old watch. And she's dancing to some old tunes, kinda twirling around, which is uncanny, and it kind of bites itself with the music, with the game music that is already going on there. Creepy music. Oh, you have a brain here. How nice. Some kind of teddy bear, animal, I don't know, bunny. And I don't even know what that is. Do I want to know? Looks like a painting, maybe. Oh, Kinda looks like a dead bird, right? Like a fossil, like a you know, dinosaur stuff. Alright, let's see. It's quite long, isn't it? So this is Grout. And he has a stick in his torso, which means he has been paralyzed before he was burned or something else happened. But he is ashes now. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, that's where we came from.
By the flames!
Do I hear a German accent there? I'm not Grout. You already killed him.
Grout is dead? Pity it could not be by my hand. No matter. Soon your self-made kings and false prophets and all who bear the mark of the beast will be washed from the earth for the coming of the Lord.
The coming of the Lord. So he is religious and believes in God, obviously. Wait, let's discuss this.
Babble your native tongue in the pits of the abyss. I will not hear it anymore.
That's great. But
as you burn, tell them it was Grünfeld Bach who sent your damned soul to that lake of fire. All agents of Satan shall return to whence they came. Let this righteous display serve as a promise to all who serve the archfiend Lacroix. I'm coming for you, Lacroix! By the power of the Lord, I will cleanse your black soul!
So this is I was saying before, the name sounds kind of weird to me. I mean, it probably sounds German to those who don't speak German, and it also kind of could be a name, just not a normal name, just a surname, you know? Grünfeld would never be a regular name, like first name. It would be a surname if... yeah, it could be a surname. Grünfeld meaning green field, basically. Now, think about it. How many people do you know in in your vicinity that are named Greenfield, like with first name? I guess no one, right? And that's why it sounds odd to me as a German. And Bach is okay. Bach is a normal German surname. There are a lot of famous composer Bach and whatever. It means yeah, like river, I guess, small river. Yeah, so this is a little odd, but yeah, you kind of have to work with the cliches, I guess. Yeah, whatever. So fire, a lot of fire. He also seems a little, this Grünfeld Bach seems a little, how do I put it, rough? Those guys also set me on fire, which is not good. That gives extra damage. Rough in a sense that, Jesus, a lot of damage. I really gotta watch out here. Oh, whoa. That was a wrong choice. Yeah, I need to wait to refill my health bar. You know, how do I put it? Germans maybe aren't don't appear like the most smooth guys, I guess. And that's what I'm kind of seeing here with this Grünfeldbach, you know, like you can see the edges. They're not like super courteous and super friendly, and they also have people say they don't have the best humor, you know. Germans are not known for the humor, I guess. So yeah, more for their aggressiveness and their aggressive language. So I guess that's why they made him a German, kind of like they made Lacroix a French guy. So yeah. A little working with cliches here. I'm not saying there isn't any truth at all in those cliches. They're there for a reason, probably. But yeah, you know, what can I say? Man, that aggravated damage here is really slow. And again, those doors with, yeah, I don't even know what kind of symbol that is. To me, it looks like a Cthulhu creature, or Cthulhu himself. Like, but then again, I'm heavily biased towards Lovecraftian horror, so I see it everywhere where it might not even be there. Oh yeah. By the way, thanks for motivating me. That one guy, you know who you are, from the Lovecraft Let's Play. Because it's been a while since I've done regular Let's Plays at all, and you kind of motivated me to start the whole thing, I guess. Or at least this vampire Let's Play. I always wanted to do some Let's Plays, but yeah, I don't know. I never followed through with it, so now I did. So thanks for that. I'm actually quite happy that I did pick it up again. It is fun doing Let's Plays. I really like doing them. Oh, that I one-shot them. That's cool. And now I've got to watch my back here a little, because I like to break through the doors too. Yeah, let's just make a run for it. As a vampire extra, ordinarily resilient. Wow, that's a huge jump. To gunfire, but to fire, not so much. So the whole place is burning down now. And what about that odd Nines Rodriguez encounter there? Who knows? But we will find out soon. Oh yeah, humanity is quite low. So now we have done the only thing that was left to us. The question is, did that change? Do we have any other options now? You have viewed the charred remains of Alistair Grout. You should probably inform the prince about his demise. And that's basically the only thing that we can do for now. There's one thing that we can do, or maybe two things, before we go to the prince. Yeah, three things actually. First, two small things, or three small things maybe. Just some little conversation and business. Go out our ears and Kangaroo tails.
Koala ears, lazy eye hammocks, and dwarf saddle right here. Only check it out.
It's kind of like that
Step right
Monty
up.
Python joke, right? Add a nose and
Got a
whatnot.
Galapagos turtle. This week only.
Galapagos turtle.
Got a
They're very
Galapagos
rare.
turtle. This week only.
Man, he really is
Step
selling
right
some
up.
stuff.
Yo, I got dinosaur eggs. We don't know what
Sure you
kind,
do.
but I'ma
Sure you
hatch
do.
'em. Yo, man, got a Galapagos turtle. This week only.
I like the guy.
Certified. Hey, don't walk on by. I look like Dionne Warwick.
So this was that. Let's see if Venus has some more money for us. I mean, some time has passed, I guess. Oh, come on. Are you blocking the way now? Please move
It's
on.
the hops, bro.
Alright, I'll say. And I'll deal with the music. There you go. What's the haps? The haps is that you're not moving your ass. Thank you. And let's see. We can also suck
There
some
you are.
blood.
I was beginning to think you ditched me.
You know what I need, baby. Okay. Got any money?
Money, right? I've got your cut right here.
Thank you. Thanks, Venus. Keep it coming. 125. That's alright. And I want to go to the before I go and give them a heads up.
Lovely evening.
I always think there's a shortcut here, but there really isn't. But I think I can go through there right ahead. That TV, man. There was maybe a domestic dispute or something, and they threw it out of the window. Who knows? Yeah, not that much of a shortcut, I guess. Oh, right, and we can go back to our apartment to check on our ghoul as well. Let's see how she's doing, how she's holding up. But first,
Heard anything?
I'll let you know when I have
What did you just say?
something about your mama. And he's already gone.
Did you find your missing Malkavian?
I found his ashes, but the real problem is I think Nines did it.
Beg your pardon?
That's a good answer. I saw Nines at the Primogen's mansion, and now the Primogen is dead.
I don't know. I don't know what score Nines would have to settle with a Primogen. Come on, this can't be right.
That's just what it looked like. I don't know.
This is a total smear job. LaCroix can't meet Nines head on, so this is how he's gonna shank him.
That's probably it.
LaCroix ain't gonna make friends on the street with these dudes. Underhanded shit like that catches up to you. Usually get paid back in creative and painful ways. Stake you with your own team, that kind of thing.
That's your leg bone, right? The big one. I'm supposed to go back to LaCroix. He wants to know about the Primogen.
You do what you gotta do.
Nah, go. Fuck you. I mean, they're not really helping me here, right?
You look like you've seen a ghost.
Where's Nines?
You went to go look into something. Why?
Was he looking into killing the Masquerade Bloodlines? I just saw him at Alistair Grout's mansion.
Say what?
The Masquerade Primogen was killed and I saw Knights leaving the scene.
Yo, that's bullshit. I don't know who would put up to this old boy, but you best not be saying that shit too loud. I know what he's out doing and it doesn't have anything to do with the Camarilla. We're not our only concern,
I want to believe you, but I know what I saw. See ya. Yeah, we did see Nines there. Even though he was acting a little strange, right? So let's talk to LaCroix, our best friend. Alright. Let's see how he likes that. He's probably all drama queen. There are a few places where we haven't been here. In downtown, but not that many are left. We will come back here later, but we will also go to a new area very soon. And since there are, that means we're kinda
Evening there. Something burning? Ooh, smells like someone burnt the burgers.
yeah, me. Never mind that. I need to see LaCroix.
Sure, I'll open her up for you. Jeez, I could go for one of them double-spaced burgers.
Just thinking about
cheese,
food.
some bacon, guacamole.
Yeah. I could go for a burger too. Nice, greasy, juicy burger.
The Primogens still haven't been contacted by Grout. I thought I made it clear that you are not supposed to come back until we had heard from him.
I like the third one. If the Primogen want to hear from Grout, tell them to hold a seance.
Grout's dead. What?
Oh, come on. Yeah, and this guy Bach, actually, but you would call it Bach, set his house on fire. Nearly killed me.
Bach! Every time I think he's lost the scent. So, Bach killed Grout to draw me out.
Seemed like Bach didn't know Grout was dead.
Bach is a hunter. They stalk and kill our kind to appease their god. But like many mortals, their so-called faith is nothing but a conduit through which they quench their killing urge. Who else would have killed Grout?
On the way in I saw Nines. No, if you'd let me finish.
Let you finish? With whom do you presume you're speaking?
Let's piss him off some more. I was just going to add I saw Nines there.
Look at me. Are you sure it was Nines Rodriguez? Because if it was, the consequences... Do you know where this might lead? Do you really have any idea?
I think I do. Why don't you tell me, Captain Dramatic?
I'm glad you find this so amusing.
I really do.
And do you know why? It means, under most circumstances, I would call a blood hunt on the murderer immediately. However, the anarchs of this city may interpret such an action to be a declaration of war. I do not want a war with them. This decision will take some time. I need to confer with the Primogen on this. In the meantime, I've come to a decision on the Ankaran sarcophagus.
Politicking.
And I believe that for the safety of the inhabitants of this city, we need to place the sarcophagus under Camarilla protection until its contents can be confirmed. You don't like me. I can be a bit harsh at times, but you must remember, the responsibility of this city's kindred rests on...
Hang on. Just thought of something. Damn.
my shoulders. So naturally, I cannot always be a patient man. But you have been of service, and it is appreciated. This also is very important, so I need to call upon your skill once more. The Ankaran sarcophagus was quietly delivered to the Museum of Natural History a few hours ago. I would like you to bring it back here for safekeeping.
Safekeeping, huh? Gladly. Nah. Wait
Let me finish. The manifest from the Dane shows there was a small box from the same dig on board, but it was listed as missing. Keep an eye open for it. It may have been overlooked. It's crucial we get the sarcophagus in our possession within the next few hours.
The next few hours, even. Jesus. So he's totally after that sarcophagus. And museum. Yeah, where did we hear that before? I need money. I'm broke from doing the dirty work.
Here, I'm feeling charitable.
Now that I'm paid, I'm leaving. I'm through jumping through your hoops.
I have methodically calculated a solution to each dilemma thrust upon our community, and I don't have the time to paint your tiny mind its place in the big picture for each and every instance. So either serve your function, or get out of my sight.
Shove the camarilla, the sarcophagus, and your gorilla up your ass. Well, this will be quite a lot to shove up one's ass. I don't know if there's enough room for all of that up there. Goodbye.
Show him out.
Later. But? Why but? I don't want it to butt him. That's fine. So we're not leaving on good terms, I guess. Yeah. So let's go to our apartment.
Hop in.
Yeah, you know, the annex kind of said, you know, don't play along and don't upset him. Well, not really, but they kind of said just stay there. But I'm kind of doing my own thing here. So LaCroix can just go fuck himself. I'm in. Now step on it. And we're going to Santa Monica.
Lovely evening.
And after that, there's really not that much to do. If you look at our mission log here, it's quite empty. Hang on, I want to check on something. Can we?
Somewhere.
Oh, yeah, we cannot even go anywhere else. We'll have to see what we do about that. Maybe we'll have to talk to LaCroix again, or the game is keeping us hostage and won't let us progress anywhere else. Who knows? You know what else we could do? We could go to Trip, but that's not that interesting. I'm gonna talk to Mercurio again. He sent us an email and said that we should meet with him again, which we didn't, but we did meet him at the beach before, and he didn't have that. And his stuff wasn't that
downtown to get my
interesting.
fix. When I went up to the top of the tower, I could hear LaCroix shouting from down the hall. Seems pretty disturbed about the sarcophagus business. Glad I'm not wrapped up in it.
It's cool that they keep the NPCs here a little up to date at least, and he's referencing the stuff that's going on right now. You're lucky.
Anything I can do for you tonight?
Info, probably
Concerning?
not. Yeah.
Who
No.
exactly?
Prince LaCroix?
Only seen him a few times. Way I understand
Really?
it, the guy's untouchable. And I've never seen him without his muscle, that sheriff. Just so you understand, my loyalties are all but written in blood. So my opinion of the guy is moot.
Let's see your equipment. I don't mean it like that, obviously. I don't want to see his equipment. Just the equipment, right? And, well, that's not much that he has to offer here, right? That's kind of shitty. By the way, yeah, we cannot enter that door, and we have been here. How difficult was this, by the way? 8. Alright. Yeah, that's not happening. No door. Even if it looks like it. So, let's check our apartment. And then we go back to downtown and start groveling, I guess. Start pleading for another quest. I don't know. We will see. Let's check this out first. At least he gave us some money. Hey there.
Finally, you're back. I thought maybe
Jeez.
something happened to you.
What's
I
wrong?
shouldn't even think such a thing. I mean, if you disappeared, how could I go on? But you're here now. I'm so glad when you're near me.
Well, someone's a little creepy. Looks like a certain girl needs her blood fix.
Blood? What do you mean?
I fed you my blood that night, that's why you feel so alive.
I didn't mean anything by it. Please, give me your blood.
Here, don't waste it.
This feeling.
It's love.
It's love.
A true
All
ghoul.
I can feel is love for you.
How amusing. Those are kind of negative, both. Anyway, we'll go with one. How amusing. I'd rather you showed your love with gifts.
I almost forgot. I got a college loan check today.
Holy shit.
Here, I want you to take some of the money.
Alone even, not her money. It's not really hers. I could use some new clothes. This is it. You better have more next time, worthless bitch. Now, your college loan money, I can't take this. So she's a student. You can't drop out.
I'd rather you kept it. I think I'm gonna drop out of school. You know, so I can watch over you during the day or run
nice.
errands for you.
Totally
It's the
not
least I can do to earn
stalker
my keep.
style. No, keep your money and stay in school. This must remain a secret. Never speak of me.
Anything for you.
But on the other hand, we can also drink her blood now, as you can see. Share your blood with me. We can also make her change her appearance to look a little more ghost-like. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
I like it dark and gothic. Let's see, when I get back I hope I'm in for a pleasant surprise. I think that will lead to the same result. There you go. One unread email. A sacrifice. A bishop is sacrificed for the king. So this could be a reference to the primogen that just died, right? Someone is saying, a friend is saying that the king or the prince sacrificed one of his more powerful pieces, playing pieces. That would fit, right? Primogen is kind of bishop. If it is that what the email is talking about, the stranger, whoever that may be, who is sending us those emails.
The crew or several members of the crew were slain, though no names are being released at the moment.
The Elizabeth
One
Dane.
piece in the Elizabeth Dane's cargo was revealed as the Enkarn sarcophagus. Discovered at a dig in Turkey, the sarcophagus was on its way to the Los Angeles Museum of Natural History for a detailed analysis and exhibition.
That's where we
Authorities are
should be
expected to
going.
release the sarcophagus to the museum in the next few days. The Southland slasher struck again, this time in downtown Los Angeles. The body of Sean
That's our
Milton, a
slasher.
former convict that was recently released for good behavior, was found butchered, similarly to the other victims of the serial killer. Police believe there may be a connection between Milton's prison past and the slasher. We'll have a full report on this story later tonight. Firefighters are trying
Might
to
be.
contain a flash
Self
fire in the
revenge.
Hollywood Hills this morning. Smoke and debris from a house fire
Hollywood
alerted
Hills,
residents
yeah.
late this evening. The fire had already spread rapidly by the time firefighters arrived due to brush and wind conditions. Fire officials expect the blaze to be extinguished within the next few hours, but are advising local homeowners in the area to evacuate.
It's all
Simon
about us.
Milligan, host of local cable show Haunted LA, and his crew are reporting missing.
Even that.
The team of the popular supernatural-themed program were filming around downtown Los Angeles, according to the show's producer. But friends and family of the crew started to worry when they failed to return from a night of shooting. No trace has been found yet of the Haunted LA team, and rumors by the show's fans speculate the crew met a supernatural end, though police disagree,
Yeah.
and have started a sweep
Right.
of the areas where the crew was
They
filmed.
actually did.
A massive gelatinous creature that
And
watched the
there
home.
we have our massive creature again.
Did you miss me? Judging by the way the boards lit up, I'd say you couldn't live without me. You make me feel so desirable, LA. So many callers, so little time.
I think this
If
is
you don't get
also
through to
a
me tonight,
loop
don't let
that
it
we
break your
had.
heart. I'm here each and every AM. So
The
keep
dead
dialing
of
those
night.
magic numbers and just maybe you'll be as lucky as a gift caller.
Debbie.
What's your name, Night Owl?
Yeah. This is our old caller. So yeah, our log is empty. Empty as can be. Damn, we need to go back to LaCroix. Ain't that? Well, let's do it then. LaCroix, will you give us our next mission? What about the points, by the way? 6, 6, 6, 6. This one costs 8. Subterfuge costs 9. 12. 9. Stealth might also be an option. At some point. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe later. And also finance. Haggle. What other skill do we need? Manipulation. Ugh, that all stinks. Maybe I'll drop it. Or put in more points way later, but then it actually is useless. But then again, it's actually useless anyway, since we're not buying any weapons. So it will probably be strength or appearance, brawl or subterfuge, one of those that I will level up next. Yeah. Hello, Prince. Here I come. No, no, no. Don't go to Santa Monica. Downtown. Yeah. Okay, about that thing that go to. You know, we could have also just stay here and live our lives, you know. Boring everyday life of a vampire. Go out, feed on people, and do nothing. Right? There will be a time when games are evolved, will be evolved like that, when they're more like virtual reality, virtual life, like the Second Life and the MMOs are kind of going into that direction. it's not all good though. If you ask me, that whole game as a service model.
Yeah, you go right on up and
Not
see Mr.
my
LaCroix.
thing.
Let's see what we got on good old camera 3. Oh, well, hello there. I've been thinking about you, oh yeah.
Jesus.
I wanna lick you all over.
You're one of those
then
guys
make
too.
my way down to your creamy center and... What the... Get your hands off my Bavarian cream!
Bavarian cream. Cream with a K. Alright. Cream. I don't know. I don't even know what that is, to be honest. Is it cream like C-R-E-A-M? Because... yeah, well... I don't know. Alright, I'm so sorry, Mr. LaCroix.
Those who scorn me are not often given a second chance to return to my favor. Make your case quickly.
I don't know what came over me. Must have been the beast.
Your youth and ignorance are hardly an excuse for your impudence. But I still have use of it.
It's good that you have that option.
See that it never happens again.
To kind of end the game in limbo.
Branches is kindling. Here are the keys to the front door of the museum. The sarcophagus should be in an examination room of some sort. There's a small security staff on site, but I don't want a massacre.
Sure thing, boss.
Easy to deceive
that's my specialty. Subtle infiltration is my forte. Alright. I'm going in topside. Keeps the keys. I'm going on topside. I don't know. Yeah, we really don't need the keys. Okay, whatever. No, I don't have other things to prep for. Keep the keys. I'm going in topside, but I had a few questions. Nah, I'm ready to go, but not through the front door. No keys.
There is a degree of immediacy attached to this task. Work fast. And, as on the Dane, you are not to open the Ankaran sarcophagus for any reason.
Don't open it. Okay. You're fine with this too? Gorilla Man? Pale Gorilla Man with purple eyes. So, we're working for him now again. Now, attack the cap will location finally.
Need a ride?
He has a smooth voice, hasn't he? Drive. Museum. Yeah, and Museum Pisha told us something was there, a fetish of some sort. We should look out for that, and there also was something else. Museum was mentioned before. Yeah, but I will make a break here. If the game doesn't crash. Okay. See you later.
He's not who he says she is, and is going to burn.